Hello everybody and welcome back. So far in the authorization section, we have learned how to restrict access using decorators like login required, permission required, and so on. These tools work really well when you want to protect individual views. But what if your application has an entire section, like let's say a members area or a premium content or an internal dashboard, which every page needs the same access rule? Adding decorators to every single view would quickly become repetitive and harder to maintain. This is where middleware comes into picture and becomes extremely powerful. In this lesson, we will understand what middleware is, how it works in Django, and how we can use it to control access at a global level. We'll also build a worked out example where only logged in users can access a members area of a website, and all unauthorized users are blocked automatically. So let's get started.
So let's focus on using custom middleware to control access across entire sections of a Django application. Now we may think, why not just use decorators like we have seen in the previous lessons? Now decorators like login required are great, but they work at the view level. If you have 10 views under the same URL section, you would need to repeat the same decorator 10 times. This leads to duplicated logic and is harder to maintain. Now what is middleware? Middleware is like a series of checkpoints that every request passes through before it reaches a view, and every response passes through before it goes back to the browser. Django already uses middleware internally. For example, authentication middleware sets request.user for us. Now you can think of middleware as a security gate placed before your views. It can inspect the request path, the logged in user, permissions, and decide whether the request should proceed or be blocked. Now what can middleware check? Inside middleware, we have access to the request object. That means we can check which URL is being accessed, whether the user is logged in, whether the user is staff, or whether they have specific permission. Now let's look at an example use case. Suppose we want every URL under the members path to be accessible only to logged in users. Now instead of adding the login required decorator everywhere, we can enforce this rule once using middleware. Now how does a middleware work? Every request flows through middleware first. If middleware blocks the request, the view is never executed. This makes middleware ideal for early access control. Now how to create middleware? Creating custom middleware involves 3 simple steps: writing a middleware class, adding logic inside it, and registering it in settings.py. So very important, you have to register your middleware in settings.py. Now the order of middleware matters. One very important point is this: if you want to check request.user, your middleware must come after Django's authentication middleware. So the order is very important here. Now what are the benefits of middleware access control? Middleware keeps your views clean, centralized access rules, and scales beautifully as your application grows. So let's take an example on the CodeChef platform and see how we can implement middleware and control our access for certain pages. So here I am on the CodeChef platform, and we have a worked out example called Protect Members Area with Middleware. So here in this project, we have a project called My Project and an app called My App. Now this is the application requirement. Anyone can visit the home page of this website, and users can register and log in. Now only logged in users should access the members area. So that will be specified using the members path. And unauthorized users should see an access denied page. That means unauthorized users or users who are not logged in will not be able to access the members area. That is what we want to implement over here. So here we have the views.py file, and then we have a file called middleware.py, where this is the file that we use for writing the custom middleware. And if you look at the project structure, you can see that we have this middleware.py file under the app section. Now in the views.py, you can see that we are having one view for the home, which just renders the home.html page. Then we have this register view, which is used for registering the user. We validate the form and everything over here. And then we have this login view, which again is used for logging the user in, and logged in valid users will be directed to the members home area. And then we have a custom logout view over here, and then we have this members home, which is for members who are logged in. And we also have an access denied view here, which is for showing the access denied.html template to unauthorized users. So we can see that in the view we did not write any custom restrictions. So we are going to make use of the middleware.py file. Now in this middleware.py file, you can see that we have created a class called members only middleware. Now here, if the path starts with /members/, that means if we are trying to access that members area, so it is checking via the URL, it will check if the user is authenticated or not. So if the user is not authenticated, we redirect the user to this access denied page. Alright, and only if they are authorized or logged in users, then they will be allowed to access the members area. So this is the custom middleware that we have written. This is what will block unauthorized users from entering the members area. Now, very important, in the settings.py file, you have to register this middleware or mention this middleware. So if you scroll down, you can see that there is a middleware section in the settings.py file, and we see that Django already makes use of many other middlewares. Now, this is the middleware that we have written, and this is added over here. So we have to add it like this: myapp.middleware. So my app is the name of our app, then middleware dot and the name of the middleware. So the name of the middleware that we created was members only middleware. So if you see here, it was called members only middleware. So that we include in the settings.py file. So at a global level itself, we are able to restrict users using this middleware. Alright, now we also have this urls.py file. So this is the project's urls.py file where we are including the apps urls.py file. And here in the apps urls.py file, you can see that we are having the different parts here. This is for the home, this is for registering the users, this is for login, logout, and this is the members area. Remember, this is the path which will be restricted if the user is not logged in. And this is the access denied URL, which will call the access denied view if an unauthorized user tries to enter the members area. Alright, so let me run this project and show you how it works. So when I click on the run button, you can see that the server has started and it is making migrations if there are any. And as you can see here, the home page is loaded. So let me open this in a new tab and notice the URL, how it changes. So here it says welcome to the home page, and we have registered, login and go to members area. So right now we did not create any user. We are not logged in. So if I click on go to members area, it says access denied. You must be logged in to access this page. So it comes to the access denied page here. Now let me try to log in. So for logging in, we need to have some user account which is not yet created. So let me go back to the home page and first register and create an account. So here, username, let me just say Jason, and password, let me just have some simple password, CodeChef at 123. So I re-enter the same password and I click on register. Now when I click on register, you can see that we have entered the members area. That user has been created and we have been logged in now. So it says welcome Jason, you are now in the members area. So notice this URL, the members path. This is the path that leads to the members area, and we are able to successfully enter it. Now if I log out and if I try to log in again with the same username, so if I click on login, you can see here we have entered the members area and we are able to come to the members area. Alright, now let me log out again, and let's say that I try to manually append the members path here. Okay, and if I click on enter, it says access denied. You must be logged in to access the page. So you cannot simply change the path here and try to enter as well. It is very well secured and protected. So at a global level itself, With the help of the middleware, we are able to deny access to unauthorized users, and only authorized users are able to enter a particular section. So this is how middleware works, and this is how powerful it is in controlling authorization and access at a global level for Django apps.
In this lesson, we learned how middleware allows us to control access at a global level in Django. We saw how middleware acts as a gatekeeper, checking requests before views are executed, and how it helps us protect entire sections of an application with minimal code. We also build a complete members-only area using custom middleware without repeating decorators across multiple views. Now make sure you try out the practice problem on CodeChef that is associated with this lesson. Now keep practicing, because that is the best way to learn. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.